The Nintendo Wii is a fantastic game system, but once you jailbreak it, you unlock its hidden potential. You're about to learn everything that it takes step by step to jailbreak your own Nintendo Wii in just a matter of minutes. Grab your Nintendo Wii and fire up your computer because you're about to learn something new. The only other thing you'll need to set this whole thing up is an SD card for your Wii that's formatted in FAT32 format and at least 4 GB in size. Start by pressing the power button on your Nintendo Wii to turn on the system. You'll need 2 pieces of information from your Nintendo Wii to get the process started. Use the Wiimote to highlight the Wii button in the bottom left corner and select it with the A button. Then in the submenu, select Wii settings with the Wiimote. Take a look near the top right corner of the screen. You'll see the system version information and the region letter for your Nintendo Wii. In this case, this one's on version 4.3 United States. Next, tap the right arrow to go to the next set of menus. You'll need to find your system's MAC address. Navigate to Internet with the Wiimote and select it with the A button. From inside the Internet submenu, use the Wiimote to highlight console information and select it with the A button. You'll find your 12-digit MAC address here. Make sure to record this information because you'll need it in just a moment. Now that you have what you need from your Wii, press the A button on the Wiimote to select back again, and back one more time with the A button on the Wiimote to go back to the Wii main menu. Press and hold the power button on your Nintendo Wii for several seconds to turn the system off. Among the many things that makes this Wii soft modding process so special is that there's only one thing to download, and it's linked for you in the video description. It's called ModMii, and you can download it from the ModMii website. Scroll down on the page to the download section, look for the download that matches your language, in this case English, and click on it to download the ModMii package. ModMii is downloaded in executable format. To install the software, double-click on it. Then at the UAC prompt, click on Yes to continue. You'll get a splash screen advising you that you shouldn't pay for ModMii and that you use it at your own risk. When the installer window appears, start the process by clicking Next to continue. You'll be asked where you want to install ModMii, and the default path on the C drive is perfectly fine. Click Next to continue. You'll be asked if you want to install shortcuts on your desktop and/or your start menu, and in this case I do, and I'll show you why in just a moment. Click Next to continue. The installation process takes only a few seconds. For now, I'm going to uncheck Launch ModMii and just click Finish so that we can take care of 2 separate tasks. The first one is to go back into the Downloads folder, right-click on the installer file, and delete it. And remember, files that are deleted from your computer are still archived in your recycle bin if you need them. ModMii comes in 2 variations, a command line interface version and a GUI version called ModMii Skin. That's the one we'll use in this process. So you can delete the version that just says ModMii because that's the command line version. Navigate to the one that says ModMii Skin and double-click on it. When ModMii launches for the first time, you'll receive a specific set of instructions to type this exact phrase into this box. Capital letter I, space, capital letter A, lowercase g-r-e-e. Once you have this exact phrase typed in, click Next in the bottom of the window to continue. As you can see, ModMii has a tremendous amount of flexibility and resources available to you. For this video, we'll stick with the one that specifically says ModMii Wizard. It's recommended by the instructions shown on screen, and it just keeps us focused on the one single task that we're trying to accomplish here, which is to soft mod the Nintendo Wii. Select the ModMii Wizard from the list of choices and then click Next at the bottom of the window to continue. The ModMii Wizard can update any existing versions of soft mods on your Nintendo Wii. This is a good idea, and ModMii will take care of it automatically for you if you choose it. From the list of choices, if you want to update, and you probably should, click Yes and then click Next to continue. On the next screen, click the version of the operating system that matches the operating system on your Nintendo Wii. In this case, it's version 4.3. So I'll click here to select version 4.3. Select the version that matches your Nintendo Wii, and then click the Next button to continue. Remember how the region letter U was listed next to the operating system version for the Nintendo Wii in this example? Select the letter that matches the region code for your own Nintendo Wii, and then click Next to continue. You'll be asked which exploit method you want to use. In this case, I'm going to use the one called Wii Brand. It does not require a disk or internet connectivity, only an SD card. Select Wii Brand by navigating up to it with the pointer and clicking on it, then come down to Next and click on Next to continue. You'll be asked to enter the MAC address for your Nintendo Wii, that 12 alphanumeric character string that you copied earlier. Enter your MAC address exactly as you saw it on screen on your Nintendo Wii, including the dashes between the alphanumeric characters as appropriate. With your MAC address in place, click on Next to continue. You'll be asked whether you want to update the menu systems for your Nintendo Wii to the most recent version of the Nintendo Wii menu systems, version 4.3. It's recommended and pre-selected for you. Just click the Next button to continue. Wii Connect is no longer available, but there's an alternate service called Reconnect that you can use. For the purposes of this video, I'm going to just stay on task and just get the Wii soft modded. So I'm going to skip these options for now and just click on the Next button to continue. You'll be asked if you want to install a custom theme. You absolutely can do this if you'd like along the way, but for this example I'm just going to stay on task again here and just get the Wii soft modded. I'll pick the standard Wii menu option for now. Just know that you can launch ModMii again later and update these if you'd like. Once you've made your selection, click Next to continue. USB loading of content is awesome, and I've made several videos about it on the channel. However, for the purposes of this video, I'm just going to stay on task for soft modding the Wii again and select No here. Then select Next to continue. Remember, you can launch ModMii at any time and add these features into your Nintendo Wii. You're getting ready to create some files and folders that you'll put on your SD card to soft mod your Nintendo Wii. You can either put them in the default location on your computer or copy them directly over to the SD card, which is what we'll do in this case. Insert your FAT32 formatted SD card into your computer. You'll probably get a pop-up window for the card. Just go ahead and close it out for now. Click the Browse button in the installer window. From here, you can choose the path where you want to copy over the files. So in this case, I'll scroll down to the SD card, which has the label Subscribe, so you won't forget to subscribe to the channel. Click your SD card here, then navigate down to the OK button and click on it to lock in the change. Once you've selected the SD card, come down to Next at the bottom of the screen and click on it to continue. Before the files and folders are written, you'll see a summary of all of the options you've selected and the data that you've entered into the installer. Once you've verified everything's okay, click Next to continue. As the writing process begins, I want to point out something to you. Every time I tested this specific error message popped up. I don't know exactly why this happened, but I can assure you it has no impact on the outcome of soft modding the Nintendo Wii. You can just click the OK button to close out this message. You'll probably also get a pop-up window asking you how you want to open a specific file. All you've got to do is press the Escape key on the keyboard to close out this pop-up and continue the copy process. It takes a few minutes for the copy process to complete in real time. Once it's done, you'll see a confirmation message on screen to let you know that everything is complete. Navigate down to the Finish button at the bottom of the window and click on it to continue. You're done with the ModMii wizard. Come down to Cancel in the bottom right corner and click on it to close ModMii. Remove the SD card from your computer and insert it into your Nintendo Wii, a task that's always a joy to do while looking at it all through the camera lens. Press the power button on your Nintendo Wii to turn it back on. From the main menu of the Nintendo Wii, navigate down to the Messages icon in the bottom right corner and select it with the Wiimote. Select the left arrow inside the Messages app and you'll find that there's an old familiar friend there. Use the Wiimote to select the message with the A button. You'll see a message on screen telling you that the upcoming Hackme software you're about to use is free. And free really is a great price, isn't it? Once you've read the message, you'll see a pop-up telling you to press the number 1 button on your Wiimote to continue. This brings you into the Hackme interface, which has 2 core things to take care of: installing the Homebrew channel and installing BootMii. Start by selecting Continue with the Wiimote. From the Hackme main menu, use the D-pad to move the highlighter up to install the Homebrew channel and select it with the A button. At the on-screen confirmation, use the D-pad to move up to Yes and select Yes with the A button. The installation takes only a few seconds in real time, and once it's done, you can select Continue with the A button on the Wiimote. Next on the list is BootMii, which we'll use to make a backup of your Wii in just a minute. Scroll down to BootMii with the D-pad and select it with the A button. From the BootMii menu, use the D-pad to scroll all the way up to install BootMii and select it with the A button. Then at the confirmation prompt that appears, use the D-pad to scroll up to Yes Continue and select it with the A button. During the BootMii install process, be sure to select Yes Continue for any follow-up prompts that you receive throughout the installation process. When the installation is done, you'll see a Continue message on screen. Select it with the A button. With these 2 tasks completed, scroll down with the D-pad to return to the main menu and select it with the A button. Then from the main menu of Hackme, scroll down with the D-pad until you get to Exit and select Exit with A. This launches you into the Homebrew channel. Press the Home button on the Wiimote. This takes you to a separate set of menu choices. Among them is a listing for BootMii. Use the Wiimote to point at the listing that says Launch BootMii and select it with the A button. ModMii is controlled using the start and reset buttons on the face of the Nintendo Wii. From the settings submenu, you'll already be highlighted on making a backup of your Wii system to the SD card. Press the power button to select it. The backup process takes a handful of minutes in real time, but once it's done, it will also conduct a verification process to make sure that your system NAND or your system flash memory has been properly backed up to your SD card. Once the process is complete, you'll be notified on screen and you can press any button to continue. To exit ModMii, press the reset button 3 times to get to the arrow on the right side of the screen and then select it with the power button on the Wii. From the ModMii main menu, press the reset button 1 time to navigate over to the Homebrew channel and select it with the power button on the Wii. Next up is the preloader installer. Point to it with the Wiimote and select it with the A button. Then come down to Load with the Wiimote and select Load with the A button to launch it. Give the program a few seconds to initialize and you'll be presented with this menu. Press the plus button on your Wiimote to install Preloader. The menu says you can press either the plus or A button, but the A button didn't work for me, only the plus button. The Preloader installation only takes a few seconds, and once it's completed, you'll be notified on screen. Press the A button to exit the Preloader installer and go back to the Homebrew channel. Now that you've run the installer, you can run Preloader. Highlight Preloader with the Wiimote and select it with the A button. Then highlight Load with the Wiimote and select it with A. Give Preloader a few minutes to take care of some magic tricks, and you'll be taken to the Preloader main menu. Use the D-pad to scroll the highlight down to System Menu Hacks and select it with A. There are 2 hacks that I recommend. The first one is to block disk updates. Select it with the A button to enable it. The second one is to block online updates. Use the D-pad to move the highlight down to it and select it with the A button. This will prevent the mods installed on your Nintendo Wii from being accidentally overwritten. To lock in these changes, use the D-pad to scroll all the way down to the bottom to Save Settings and select it with the A button. Back at the Preloader main menu, use the D-pad to move the highlight down to Homebrew channel and select it with the A button to exit Preloader and reload the Homebrew channel. 𝐌𝐿 stands for Yet Another WAD Manager. Use the Wiimote to highlight it and select it with the A button. Then highlight Load and select it with the A button. What's amazing about this tool is it takes the place of all of the manual editing of the iOS aspects of the Nintendo Wii modding process. To get started, press the A button to continue. You'll want to select every single file that you see listed here. To do this, use the D-pad to move the highlight arrow on the left side down 1 listing. From here, you can just press the plus button on the remote over and over until you've put a plus next to every single one of the files shown here. It's 44 files at the time of the recording. Okay, don't miss this important step. Press the D-pad down 1 time to go away from the directory listing to the first file in the set that you've marked. Then press the A button on the Wiimote. You'll see a confirmation message appear on screen. Press the A button to continue the process. The tool takes about 4 minutes total in real time to complete all of its tasks. You can absolutely walk away from it and come back to it when you're ready. Once the tool's done its task, you'll see a confirmation message on screen, and you can press any button on the Wiimote to continue. From here, you can press the Home button on the Wiimote to exit the tool and go back to the Homebrew channel on your Nintendo Wii. That's awesome, we've got your Nintendo Wii jailbroken, but there's one little problem still left to solve. There's nothing fun to do with it yet. Let's fix that. Learn how to play backups of your favorite Wii games off USB storage in no time at all with this video shown on screen and linked in the description and pinned comment.